Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Kellen here with Droid Life. So I've got in front of me today the LG V10. This is LG's new flagship phone that was announced last week at an event in New York City. We were unable to attend because we went to Google's Nexus event earlier in the week instead, but we do have the phone now in-house. And so we want to talk about all its stuff and things and basically just, give it some run. You guys seem to be fairly excited about it. So we follow what you say and we will definitely give this a run, do a review of it, and talk more about it. So to kick off that process, obviously we want to go ahead and unbox it and give you guys our sort of first initial impressions of it. So again, this is their new flagship, basically to take us through the end of the year, and it's got some interesting things going on, interesting things and stuff. It's got some upgrades in certain areas that probably will be beneficial to a number of people. It's also got a lot of the LG G4 in it. And then it's also got some things that, some of us kind of consider a little bit gimmicky. But either way, we want to give it a look. So I haven't even opened this, haven't had my hands on it. I wasn't even sure what to expect here, but this appears to be the white and gold version. Let's see if I can figure out how to get it out of here. So sure enough, it is the white and gold. It's actually not really white. It's more of a cream color. So cream and gold, and very large phone. It's very light as well, so that must mean the battery's not in it. These are guides. We don't care about guides. What's over here? Looks like it says battery over here. So here we go. Here is the charger, international charger. This is an international unit. It is coming to Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, by the way. So looks like it comes with earbuds as well. It is coming to the US. Again, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. So it will be available soon if you are interested in this phone. Let's see if we got any plastic on here. Yes, we do. All right, let me pop open the back side, if I can figure out how to do that. There we go. So removable battery, and it also has an SD card slot with storage up to 2 terabytes, I do believe. So slap this back on, and we will run through specs as it boots up. So rear power button here. So let's boot it up. All right, so specs, we've got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 808 processor inside. That's the same that's in the G4 and in the Moto X Pure Edition. You have a 5.7-inch Quad HD IPS LCD on the front here, but you also have, which I'll show you more in a second, you can't really see it here, a secondary display, which is a 2.1-inch display with 160 by 1040 resolution. And it sits up here next to these two little guys, which are dual front-facing 5-megapixel cameras. You do have 4 gig of RAM, 64 gig of internal storage, again, along with that micro SD card slot that supports up to 2 terabytes. You have a 16-megapixel camera on the back, and this is the same guy in the G4, so it's got OIS 2.0, laser autofocus, and that f1.8 aperture. Again, we have the dual 5-megapixel camera shooters up front. That battery, I don't know if I mentioned this, is 3,000 milliamp hour, and again, removable. You know that. It's running Android 5.1.1, and this is a big phone. Comes in a variety of colors. You see, this is most definitely the international model. So this is the cream and sort of gold. It's not a bad looking device. So it's got reinforcement around the edges. These are actually steel edges. So, LG's kind of caught some flack for continuing to go the plastic route when everyone else is going metal. But with this phone, they went metal, and they went real serious metal. And it also has this DuraGuard back, which is durable as well. And it wraps around from the front up to the top here. So this is still doing its loading thing. It's running LG Skin, so LG Skin, not necessarily our favorite, but you can put third-party launchers on and stuff to cover that up. It does have a fingerprint sensor here in the back where the rear-facing buttons are. So this is LG's thing, right? Power button here, centered in between a volume rocker. But that is a fingerprint sensor, so sort of like Google did with the Nexus devices. In theory, you pick up your phone and your finger kind of goes right there, so you could unlock your device easily. This is taking forever to load, and we will definitely want to do some more software stuff later on. Oh, it also has Quick Charge 2.0 here, just a standard micro USB port though. There is a speaker here and your headphone jack on the bottom. And there is that. Let me see if I can change the language. There we go. much better. So this is, it's LG skin. You guys have seen this a number of times. It's not going to be all that much different from what we've got on the G4. Skipping. And yes, accept, skip. Sorry, I know this isn't that exciting. Oh, McAfee, just what everyone wants. Okay, so you can actually see up here now this this dual display. And I touched it, now it says it's experienced the second display. So it can show you notifications. Sort of when your phone's in a sleep state, you can still get sort of the time and if you've got notifications coming up there. So hopefully it's not draining battery, it's just utilizing that little bit of space. You can also have app shortcuts and you can adjust those and all sorts of fun stuff. So I don't know if I can tap that or swipe. There we go. So you can swipe around here and there are different settings and things like that for it. So if we go into settings, you can see you could have it just say a word or phrase. So we can change that to Droid Life if we wanted to. You could have it show recent apps, app shortcuts, which we've now fired up there. A music player controls, quick contacts, and your upcoming plans. So it's a secondary display, right? We've seen this from a couple of manufacturers. Most notably, Samsung's done it a couple of times. They did it with the original Galaxy Note Edge that had that sort of slanted display on one side. And then they also did it with the Samsung Continuum, which put sort of a ticker display at the bottom. So this is new. It's up top, and you can see here, if we can get that to focus in, there it is. It's sort of a muted display that's up at the top. So while my screen is off and you can see it's black, up here you do have the time and notifications and things like that. So that could actually come in handy. The only odd thing is, and we'll obviously play more with this, is reaching up there. It's already tough enough to get to your notification panel, but now you sort of have to reach all the way up there. And this is a large phone, so either way, we'll play with it and see if we can't come up with some cool use cases for it. And of course, we will love to use those dual selfie cam. Anyway, so this has just been a quick look here at this LG V10. Because I mentioned how large it is, though, I did want to do this comparison. So here's a Moto X Pure Edition. So similar size display, but you can see the phone is actually a little bit smaller there. So there you go. And then for real comparison's sake, here's an Nexus 6, which has a 6-inch display and is about the same height anyway. It actually might even be slightly shorter. I would say the Nexus 6 is definitely wider though. But similar size phones. This is a very large phone, this V10. So anyways, we've got it in hand and we will start using it. I'm actually excited to use the camera again for one, just because LG's been putting really, really good cameras in just about everything lately. Super fast, all that good stuff, laser autofocus again. So anyways, we've got the LG V10 in-house. If you guys have any specific comments, questions, or want us to test anything as usual, be sure to let us know. Otherwise, this dual display beast will go in our pocket starting now. We're Droid Life. Peace.